Hey guys, today is Thursday, September 16th, 2025. Happy birthday, Coleman. Yesterday we did the trumpets in Numbers 10, where when they're going to leave and how they pack up camp and when they stop and how they assemble. So they're leaving Mount Sinai right now, and we're going to get into one of my favorite miracles in the Bible. So Numbers chapter 11. Now the people complained about their hardships in the hearing of the Lord, and when he heard them, his anger was aroused. Then fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outskirts of the camp. When the people cried out to Moses, he prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So that place was called Taberah, because fire from the Lord had burned among them. So right off the bat here, there's a lot of complaining. Maybe it feels like people are losing faith. And though God's angry, he still shows his grace, because he just burned the outside of the camp. It says, then the fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outskirts of the camp. He could have taken them all out and said, I'm tired of this. But he still showed his grace. And then we're going to roll into the next miracle. The rabble with them began to crave other food. And again, the Israelites started wailing and said, if only we had meat to eat. So they're carnivore, huh? I'm kidding. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt at no cost. Also the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. But now we have lost our appetite. We never see anything but this manna. The manna was like coriander seed and looked like resin. The people went around gathering it and then ground it in the hand mill or crushed it in a mortar. They cooked it in a pot or made it into loaves. So it's like their flour, right, that fell from the sky, but they had to grind it up. And it tasted like something made with olive oil. When the dew settled on the camp at night, the manna also came down. The manna is already a miracle. The fact that God is like literally raining food from the sky for them and doubles it up on Saturday so they can Sabbath on Sunday is already a miracle in itself. And it talks about this, so there's like some theories out there that it came from trees or it came from insects, that it secreted from insects, but there's no way that the insects like literally secreted double and then not on Sunday and the whole thing. This is just a miracle. And manna happened during the while the Israelites were in the desert. Let's see. Moses heard the people of every family wailing at the entrance to their tents. The Lord became exceedingly angry, and Moses was troubled. He asked the Lord, why have you brought this trouble on your servant? What have I done to displease you that put the burden of all these people on me? So he's kind of having a moment, like now you got 1 million people. Remember there was over 600,000 fighting age men. So if there's women too, you got over 1 million people complaining, and they're all looking to him. Like they want meat. They're just been on bread and they're traveling. So why do you put the burden of all these people on me? Did I conceive all these people? Did I give them birth? Why do you tell me to carry them in my arms as a nurse carries an infant to the land you promised on oath to their ancestors? Where can I get meat for all these people? He's trying to solve a problem, right? Like, how do I stop the grumbling? And why is it my problem now? So he's going to the Lord with it, which is good. We should always go to the Lord with our problems, no matter what they are. Where can I get meat for all these people? They keep wailing to me. Give us meat to eat. I cannot carry all of these people by myself. The burden is too heavy for me. If this is how you are going to treat me, please go ahead and kill me. If I have found favor in your eyes, and do not let me face my own ruin. Moses had enough. He's having a moment. He'd rather be dead than everyone just looking to him like, what do we do? What do we do? They're in a bad spot. Are we there yet? I'm hungry. And the Lord said to Moses, bring me 70 of Israel's elders who are known to you as leaders and officials among the people. Have them come to the tent of meeting that they may stand there with you. I will come down and speak with you there. and I will take some of the power of the Spirit that is on you and put it in them. They will share the burden of the people with you so that you will not have to carry it alone. I mean, this is before Jesus, but Moses has the Holy Spirit, right? And now other people get to have it as well. And we'll see that he's excited about that. Because right now he's the one filled with the Spirit. Tell the people, consecrate yourselves in preparation for tomorrow. When you will eat meat, consecrate yourself for tomorrow when you will eat meat. The Lord heard you when you wailed, if only we had meat to eat. We were better off in Egypt. Now the Lord will give you meat and you will eat it. You will not eat it for just 1 day or 2 days or 5 or 10 or 20, but for a whole month until it comes out of your nostrils and you loathe it because you have rejected the Lord who is among you and have wailed before him saying, why did we ever leave Egypt? Kind of reminds me of like when the apostles are in the boat with Jesus and the seas are crazy and they have to go wake Jesus up. And Jesus is like, why'd you wake me up? I'm in the boat with you. I'm here with you. This is the plan. Everything's going to be okay. But even though they cried out to him and he told them everything was going to be okay, Jesus calmed the seas and God's about to send some meat for him. But Moses said, here I am among 600,000 men on foot, and you say, I will give them meat to eat for a whole month? Would they have enough if flocks and herds were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them? The Lord answered Moses, is the Lord's arm too short? So Moses can't see the answer. Like, how in the heck are you going to feed everyone? Like, are we going to slaughter all the animals? You know, are all the fish in the sea just going to jump into our frying pans for months? So Moses went out and told the people what the Lord had said. He brought together 70 of their elders and had them stand around the tent. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke with him, and he took some of the power of the Spirit that was on him and put it in the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but did not do so again. However, 2 men whose names were Eldad and Medad had remained in the camp. They were listed among the elders, but did not go out of the tent. Yet the Spirit also rested. The Spirit also rested on them, and they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and told Moses, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Joshua, son of Nun, who had been, that's N-U-N, so Nun's a person. Joshua, son of Nun, who had been Moses' aide since youth, spoke up and said, Moses, my Lord, stop them. But Moses replied, are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit on them. Then Moses and the elders of Israel returned to the camp. Kind of reminds me of story of Mary and Martha, which we'll get to, where Jesus was like, Martha's in the kitchen, she's cooking, she's busy, and she's trying to stay busy to please the Lord. And Mary's just like at Jesus' feet and learning and listening. And Moses has the same attitude. He's like, no, this is good. They are filled with the Spirit. They're not leaving the tent. They're just soaking up everything. You know, when you get a good message at church and you just don't want to leave, like that's what I feel like. And Moses said, I wish everyone would have this on him. Moses replied, are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets and that the Lord would put his Spirit on them. Then Moses and the elders of Israel returned to the camp. Now, a wind went out from the Lord and drove quail in from the sea. It scattered them up to 2 cubits deep all around them, all around the camp, as far as a day's walk in any direction. All that day and night, all the next day, and the people went out and gathered quail. No one gathered less than 10 homers. Then they spread them out all around the camp, but while the meat was still between their teeth, and before it could be consumed, the anger of the Lord burned against the people, and he struck them with a severe plague. Therefore, the place was named Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people who had craved other food. From Kibroth Hattaavah, the people traveled to Hazeroth and stayed there. So God literally drives in more quail than anyone's ever seen. That's another miracle. Up to their knees for a day's walk, and they just gather quail. And then, I mean, it's so vivid, right? Like the meat was still in their teeth, and he struck them with the plague. What I think and what I see and how I interpret it is, have you ever been in a really bad spot and you pray for it? And you pray and you pray and you pray, and then life gets better. The problem works out. God shows up and you don't even recognize it, but the problem you prayed for gets solved. And then, do we remember to thank God after He answers our prayers? Like it doesn't mention these people who were just crying out that they even like fell on their face and praised God for this amazing miracle. They just went out and ate it. It's like, oh, problem solved. So it was like a me thing. And instead of like, wow, oh my gosh, we still saved all of our animals that we had, our flocks. There's still fish in the sea to catch. And God still brought us meat for over 1 million people. And they didn't show gratitude at all. And so He hit them with a plague. And so, one, I love that sometimes we feel like we don't have enough, that what we see isn't going to work, where Moses was. God always provides the manna and quail. Give us this day our daily bread, not our monthly, our weekly, or yearly. So if you, just to get through day by day, God always provides day by day. And so they're learning to rely on the Lord, but they haven't learned how to be grateful yet. And even though they're seeing miracles, they forget them as soon as their prayers are answered. So in reflecting in this, know that sometimes it feels like we're just living day to day on manna and quail and barely getting by, but every day is a new day from the Lord, and we're one step closer, one step out of the forest to get to our next trial in life or whatever it is. But this too shall pass. But we should always be grateful for what the Lord does when He answers our prayer. So you guys keep up faith, fight the good fight, and I love you, and see you soon.